So today we are joined by John Barney, the head of brand development at Leafly. John has worked at multiple Seattle tech startups, including HR platform Tiny Pulse, prior to joining the industry pioneer Leafly in 2018. John's role at Leafly has given him unique insight into the national cannabis market challenges and growth. Question number one, Leafly is arguably the original digital resource center for the industry. But for viewers that are not familiar with Leafly, what should they know?
That is a really good question. Thank you for the introduction. Usually I have to introduce myself on video calls, so it's great to be sitting on the other side of the chair. I appreciate it. I think a lot of people know Leafly as an educational site where they can get a lot of valuable information on cannabis. I think not as many people see us as an ordering platform. So kind of how that all ties together in one way is just the ability to purchase cannabis online. Like that's a really new thing to people that they're not quite comfortable with, I think, is being able to order weed online and certain markets have it delivered to your house. Like that's awesome. Where Leafly has the ability to facilitate that order. So while you're researching what strain makes me feel sleepy at night when you're having trouble sleeping, we can actually show you different products that fit that criteria in your local area available for, in-store purchase, pickup, or delivery.
Cool. Wow. I didn't even know all of that. Next question. You've been a part of a lot of the hiring at Leafly, and that has to be pretty surreal when you think about where cannabis was a short time ago. What is that like for you, and how has the type of candidate that you've seen change over time?
It's one of the fastest growing sectors in the country. And just coming off as at Leafly, we're looking for people obviously who are interested in cannabis and have experience in cannabis, whether that's personally or professionally. But we also are looking for very professional individuals that, are going to fit in well in a fast-paced, team-oriented environment in a professional settings.
Do you find the brands that you interact with are seeing similar trends? And if so, what has the impact been for them?
One trend amongst brands right now that at least I see is just minor cannabinoids. So your CBG and your CBNs, et cetera, starting to dive into those instead of just CBD and THC. I guess that's more broadly is just kind of developing products that are outside of the box and not your same tincture, your same topical or edible candy that you're seeing on the shelf, and just coming up with things that are unique products. So I think the brands that are really successful right now are the ones kind of innovating and creating brand new shopping experiences.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because you got to stand out. You can't just be the same. You got to do better. So next question, cannabis entrepreneurs, whether they're starting a brand or opening a store, often have eclectic backgrounds. What advice would you give a new business owner when it comes to growing their brand and their team?
In terms of growing their brand, and it's tough, would be to focus on brand awareness and a long-term play rather than like short-term conversions. Because you're not starting a brand to have it fizzle out in 6 months. Obviously, you have long-term goals and ambitions.
Actually, final question. I don't want to take too much of your time. So we'll do something a little bit of a lighter question. What is your favorite cannabis-related movie and why?
Ooh, great question. Originally, my favorite cannabis related movie would be Half Baked. Great, easy laughs. While consuming, I'd say like Lord of the Rings has always been a favorite of mine. And then I'd say probably more recently like Pineapple Express. I just love James Franco and Seth Rogen and how they play off each other's.
I feel like we should try and see if I can get Seth Rogen on one of these hangouts. How can people find you online?
Boy, I know that, and it even says it in the notes here, this is an opportunity for a social plug, but I am the worst at social media. So LinkedIn, I'm more active on like LinkedIn than I am on like Facebook or Instagram. All kind of ties back to the purpose of this of just informing candidates that are in your network, like what can they do is like the one piece of advice after all of this that I'd give them is just like if you have a company that you want to work for in this industry or really in any other industry, just be like relentless. Like it means so much more to me when a candidate reaches out and, they've found my email, which I haven't given out. Maybe they figured out like how our emails are structured at Leafly. They're emailing me once a week, checking if I have a job and whether I'm responding or not, they continue to email me. They're reaching out to me on LinkedIn. Like to me that like after someone's done that for a month and like silently getting rejected and keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back, like that shows me that candidate is truly passionate. They have the grit and determination that it takes to do the role. So figure out who the hiring manager is and don't be afraid to fail and go for gold with them.
Cool. Thank you so much for your time. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you as well, Juliana. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Yeah, you too.